Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. I'm Burning Slowly, a live edition. You're probably getting bored of hearing me talk about the heatwave in every video I put out at the minute, but it keeps getting worse. It's 31 degrees now, and it's going to be 39 tomorrow. I hate it. I hate everything. But we're going to stream for a little bit today, at least for the next maybe hour and a half. And see how much Dragon Age I can get through before I end up having to just tap out and surrender. So let's do this. The peanut gallery is in attendance over on the right hand side. And luckily the game did crash last time, but I did have the presence of mind to quick save before it did. So we're good on that front. We are outside Flemeth's hut. We have acquired a Morrigan. We're on our way to Lothering, right? As soon as I level up Alistair, I suppose. Have some more strength, buddy. Master combat training. Or tic-tacs? Tic-tacs. What else do we give him? Weapon and shield. Shield defense. Yes. Yes, definitely that. Let's go into the Tic Tacs menu. Let's have a play around. There we go. We got a new slot. Lovely. Am I dropping any frames right now? I've dropped some. Oh, a chunk of them actually. So far on the stream, I've noticed my stream's buffering a little bit on my dashboard. But the light is green in OBS currently, so yeah, I don't know what that's about. Whatever. Internet apparently is not very reliable today. It'll be alright on the VOD, thankfully, I think, but yeah, that's a little annoying. We seem to be okay at the moment. We've dropped 1,167 in total so far, but for now it seems to be alright. Anyway, what was it doing? Self. Status. Surrounded by enemies? At least 2 enemies. Activate mode. Shield defense. Ally. Status. No, ally being attacked by a melee attack. Use. Threaten. See how we get on with that, eh? Oh, and Morrigan. Oh boy, Morrigan. Morrigan. Okay. Well. She's got some tactics set up. What spell does she have? She has frost weapons, lightning, horror, mind blast, winter's grasp. I remember being quite good. She doesn't have nearly enough tactic slots. We need more. We really do. Forget Drain Life. Clear. Target. Enemy. Attacking party member. No. Enemy target of party member? Target of main character? Winner's grasp. And then this, clear. Let's try something else for this. Lightning, I'm thinking maybe. Or she could have her automatically activate frost weapons, but I don't feel like that'd be a waste of a slot right now. Oh my god, right, hold on folks. I just need to go. The doorbell's gone with the package I'm waiting for. Well, this is very annoying. Be right back. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm back. It's an Amazon package I've been waiting all day for, and I had to run down and take it myself because it was one of those ones that you need a password for, so... Slightly short of breath now. Alright, let's carry on. Sorry about that. They had literally all day to deliver that, and they waited until after I started streaming to do it, the bastards. It's like they have a Sixth Sense delivery, guys. Usually they wait until you're on the toilet or in the shower before ringing the doorbell, but today he waited until I was streaming. Anyway. Where was I? Doing some tactics shiz, wasn't I? Enemy. Any, I guess. Lightning. I need like at least twice as many tactic slots for Morrigan, really. Guess we know what we'll be getting her as she levels up, but then again we also want to get her spells as she levels up, so it's annoying. Although I don't think you... There's two different categories of things you can buy, isn't it? So never mind. Alright, see you, Flemeth. Toodly pip. Let us venture forth to Lothering. Or, oh, dog encounter before we get there. And cutscene.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most... fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Doge! There we go. I like the fact that, oh, I wish we could quick save. I like the fact that like they don't all go along with Logain's obviously transparently evil plot, you know, like they do see through it. Which is, you know, sensible. Would you like some acid? There you go. Crumbs, this is gonna be... That's a lot of dudes.
Now you die.
Have some sand in your eyes there, mate. There we go. Nice one, Morrigan.
It will be done.
Gotcha. Sorry, Alistair. He tanked like a champ, at least. He wags his tail happily and pants. I think this is the Mobari I helped cure back at Ostagar.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
He can cut him and he better make himself useful.
And yet we still have Alistair along.
Please enter a name for the dog. Not that dog needs a lot of Tic Tacs. Good, Alistair. Sorry, sounds not a bad idea. Barkimedes. It's not a very good name. Imagine calling that down the street to try and get your dog back once he slips the leash. Barkimedes! Barkimedes! People think you're completely fucking insane. No, we're not calling the dog Boris. Fenton! Fenton! That's a very upper class name for a dog, isn't it? Fenton! If I were an elf, what would I name me dog? I'm gonna call him Chunky, because he is. Come on, Chunky!
As you say. Yes.
Loot, loot, loot. More poultices. Thank you. Right, come on, Chunky. Gather the off-party adventure forth. Yes, please. All the way over to Lothering.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
Your toll collectors then, eh?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Perhaps you should charge more then.
You want to pay more? Well, we'll happily accept donations.
No, but a caravan is following me, and it's got plenty of gold.
Wouldn't such a caravan be well guarded?
The guards were all killed by darkspawn, so no.
A whole caravan, right for the picking.
Go on your way. We've got work to do.
Ta-ta. Let's nick some of their stuff while we're at it, shall we?
Yeah!
Oh dear, never mind. Didn't get away with that, did I? Crumbs. Wow, he's got a hammer, hasn't he? Jesus.
It will be done.
Begin the order.
You like acid flasks, man. They are good.
Tear them apart.
There is no hope
Tell
for
me
you
what's wrong
now.
again.
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
This shoddy operation is pathetic. I could do better.
Right. I guess so. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Alright, hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
Alright, start running. Don't come back.
Bless you. The darkspawn can have this place.
Ta-ta, gentlemen. Note from Sir Henrik. So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely one of them must have found Brother Genitivi by now. Still, until I hear that all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Genitivi holds the key to finding the urn of sacred ashes. We always knew this, but I believe I now know where Brother Genitivi lies. Blah, 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 blah. Looking for someone called Brother Genitivi in the urn of sacred ashes. It'll become more relevant later.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
I'll leave him alone, Morrigan.
But how can I? He is right there, speaking, eyes wide like those of a brainless calf.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
You have some thoughts on that point, Alistair?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Nope.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
What do you think we should do, Morrigan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Alright, we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Where do we find our Lehman?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
What about the Dalish elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully, they will still be there.
And the dwarves?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
And what about the mages?
That will be at their tower on Lake Carlenhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
Where would Loghain be, exactly?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course. Then you have a plan.
Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Alright, I'm ready, let's go.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Jolly good. I'm probably going to go to Redcliffe first. Traditionally, that's what I always do.
Where can we go? This is no better than what we left.
A few knights have come through here searching for some holy artifact. None of them stopped to help.
Never bothered to go into this field before, I have to admit. Oh, windmill. Hello, child.
Mother says we have to run before the bad men get here.
Alistair, what injury have you got, mate? Oh, great. The friggin' Steam notification just popped up to cover up the tooltip. Thanks for that, Steam. Damaged eye, penalty to attack. Ugh. Suppose we better fix that, huh? There we go. Be a lot more grisly if the injuries actually appeared on their 3D model, you know, like then you look at him and he actually has a black eye.
We're watching you, scum.
Bulwar, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome aboard. Chickens! If this was Fable, I could kick you all the way over there.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Ooh, elf fruit. More poultices for the poultice throne. Anything over here? Just a couple of wheelbarrows and some large wooden things that seem to serve no real purpose, if I'm honest. Unless this is the latrine, perhaps. You just take a seat on here and do your business.
Need something? I don't generally talk to strange elves who wander in here.
You something against elves, do you?
I don't know you. Why shouldn't I have something against you? We've got enough strangers overrunning us. Nothing but trouble.
I could make trouble for you, human. Is that what you want?
No. Beg pardon and all. I should mind my manners.
Much better. Now I'll go.
Don't let me stop you.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. There's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
You know about the bandits just outside the village?
Thieves prey on the unfortunate whenever they get the chance. We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Are you gonna keep me from going in?
I'm just warning you, things may not be as hospitable as you would expect. People are frightened.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
Best of luck wherever you might go.
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde. The Chanters are still operating their board.
Very well.
Now that's dedication.
Hello.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Greetings? I've had enough of your human nonsense. Smile back.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's chanted Devons.
Is he touched in the head or something? No, we probably know what a chanter is. We're a city elf after all, not a Dalish elf. I don't have a good option here though. So what's a chanter?
One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
So if I wanted a Thatcher roof, I'd talk to him.
There's all sorts of things on his board. Even travelling sellswords sometimes turn in postings.
Anything interesting on that board of yours?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Bandits, bandits everywhere. As transcribed on behalf of Sir Bryant, Templar and Defender of the Faith. Know that all who prey upon refugees do so under pain of death. The Maker spurns bandits and their kind. The Templars offer a sizable reward for the apprehension or execution of the bandit leaders plying their trade in the northern woods and roads. Beware! The bandits are numerous and of considerable skill. Only a well-armed and well-trained party should brave the deep wood. We pray for the success of any who undertake this mission. Residents of good standing and passing travellers have indicated there are 3 bandit groups in the northern wood. This humble chanter would echo Sir Bryant's caution, lest you wind up another victim to these evil men. The reward for such service is 3 sovereigns. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Accepted. Hello.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There, one of their minions is already amongst us. This man bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Is nobody going to shut this madman up?
Be my guest. I've no urge to try out that axe of his.
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people. Darkness swallowed the marshes whole. This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us.
You poor bugger, what happened to you?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the Darkspawn.
Must have been horrible. How did you escape?
No, I won't listen to the words of a man tainted by Darkspawn.
I'm not evil, please. Just won't you talk to me?
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off.
You're not honoring her death by acting like this, dude.
Are you calling me a coward?
I'm calling you an idiot. Listen to yourself for a moment.
I have shamed my ancestors, but the blackness will come.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
That's right. There's no hope for any of you fools. Or maybe not. I couldn't care less. Or get out of here, all of you. Get moving. Yeah, actually, you should.
Why is this happening?
Yep.
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well.
He was a bit loud, wasn't he?
If you seek refuge in the Chantry, there's simply no room left.
You're closed?
We turn none aside, but we simply don't have room for anyone to sleep. Priests are within if you seek to offer devotion to the Maker, however. May he protect us all.
Who's in charge of this Chantry?
The revered mother runs the Chantry itself, and Sir Bryant heads the Templars stationed here.
Do you know there are any bandits on the highway?
Were? Did you drive them off? Well, Sir Bryant will appreciate that.
You heard any news?
Not since Sten Lothering passed by with his army. It's a shame about the king. But with the Darkspawn coming, few can think of anything else.
Alright, toodles.
Make her watch over you.
Did the chase ever appear in future games? You don't remember any? No, I don't think they do. Honestly, I suppose the implication is they've all been wiped out by the Darkspawn, I guess.
There's word of Darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. That is all. May the Maker have mercy on us. Yes? Who might you be?
Pardon me, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It is no trouble. Maker watch over you.
Oh, I didn't realize I was going to end the conversation.
Yes? Who might you be?
Let's try that again, shall we? Take two. You could call me Darian.
I am Sir Bryant, commander of Lothering's remaining Templars. You don't seem like the other refugees. Are you one of Arl Eamon's knights?
Do many of his knights come here?
Some have in recent days. Arl Eamon has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donnell, is here searching for fantasies while... Never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness.
Things seem pretty dire in the village.
They are. With the ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I am needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I need information.
If the matter is important, certainly.
Have you heard any recent news?
Other than the Darkspawn horde bearing down on us, none of it is good. Sten Lothering is set to declare himself king, I hear. Disaster piled on disaster.
King Kaelin had no heir, then?
None that we know of. Sten Lothering has no legitimate claim on the throne. He may be a hero, and his daughter may be queen, but he is a commoner, and the king's corpse is barely cold. If Arl Eamon was able to intervene, perhaps it would not have gone this far. I do not care who takes the throne. Only fools fight over who owns a cottage while it burns down around them.
You in charge here?
The revered mother leads this flock. I merely command her Templars. Normally, our role is to protect the Chantry and seek out unsanctioned magic. For now, it is all we can do to protect the innocent.
Are you the only protection this village has?
Our ban was summoned by Tean Logain, and he took his soldiers north with him. Lothering has been abandoned.
How do Templars fight against magic?
We have more than swords at our disposal. We're taught to dispel unholy magics as well. If only our powers work to keep away the Darkspawn. Alas, it is not so.
Where would I find the revered mother?
In her study, no doubt. Preparing what she will take when we eventually evacuate.
Alright, I'm off.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
Excuse me. Need a drink. Sir Donald, hello.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Tean Logain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness. But I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
I'm surprised Alistair has nothing to say about Arl Eamon being ill. I was hoping to meet Arl Eamon, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
We're watching
I'd
you.
prefer not to say, honestly.
Whatever the reason, the Owl won't be seeing anyone until he's recovered.
I don't like the sound of that. We should see Arl Eamon for ourselves and find out what's happening.
You can travel to Redcliffe if you like. Perhaps he has recovered. Or perhaps his son might assist you. If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
Jolly good. Well, that's probably sealed the deal then. That'll be the first place we go to. Worrell, thank you very much for 3 months of subbage as well, by the way. Much appreciated. I don't know, honestly. I feel like most of the armor and outfits in this game are very, very, very mixed bag. I mean, the stuff that he's wearing right now is kind of cool, I guess, but yeah, an awful lot of it is just a bit, it's just not very good. Dragon Age 2 was not a game I like nearly as much as this one, but it had a much better art direction team working behind it, you know, in my opinion, anyway. Same with Inquisition, honestly. I don't think they really could quite decide what they were doing with the aesthetic of this game, other than lots and lots of belts. Everyone gets tons of belts. So your quest for the ashes brought you here, then?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact, but my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
Tell me more about the urn.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
I'd like to hear what you've learned, anyway.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore. Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that, once Sir Henrik arrives.
Who's Sir Henrik?
My fellow knight and traveling companion. He's delayed, though.
Oh, that's the dead dude. Yeah, I found him, actually. He's dead, I'm afraid. I've got this letter.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
Shouldn't you be fleeing the Darkspawn anyway?
My mission takes priority, but I fear I shall be returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts.
Alright, well, good luck, mate. Toodles.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, good sir. You have been most helpful.
And when the Maker spoke, a chant of light scattered in the darkness. The word dispelled fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted. Let those who seek redemption be delivered. Let those who have sinned be forgiven.
A gift.
Across all four corners of the world, let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
Hello, hello.
Will you be making a donation to the Chantry, my friend? You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here.
Oh, alright, what tithe is acceptable?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
Alright, here you go.
Thank you, my son. What can I do for you then?
I'm a Grey Warden and I need your help.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
Outlaws? What do you mean?
You have not heard. The Tairn claims that the Grey Wardens are responsible for the King's death. There is a price on your head. Lay low and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else...
Can you provide us any help at all?
I cannot help you without risking the safety of this village in Chantry. The best I can do is keep your presence a secret. I am sorry. Now, if there is nothing else...
Perhaps I should go.
May the Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
Let all mankind be humble. Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
Oh no, if you asked me, the dude outside was a lot more like Heimska.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You don't think you're being the least bit unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Lower your prices or lose your goods, my friend.
Maker's breath. Sometimes it's truly not worth operating this far south.
Just charge what you would have before this tragedy.
Fine, yes, just stop complaining. You're giving me a headache.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Morrigan disapproves. I'll probably have to get used to that, won't we? I'm not going to take that just in case everyone's going to go berserk and attack me. Might be stealing. Morrigan, not a fan of side quests. No, there's a bloke we're going to pick up very soon who's even less of a fan of side quests, actually.
Just how smart are Mabari supposed to be, anyway? Do you think they understand everything we say? Oh, is that so? You could just be listening to the tone of my voice. You could be an utter moron for all we know. Hey now. There's nothing saying that a moron can't be cute and adorable. Who's the cute and adorable puppy?
Good chunky.
Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? That's what the Chantry kept telling me anyhow.
Hello.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
No, I didn't spec into that, I'm afraid.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
Oh. Lots of unexpected ends of conversations in this. For some reason.
It will be done.
So I'll take that. Hello.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
You think I'm a refugee?
You look better armed than most refugees that come through. Not implying you're a deserter or the like. I'll trust you can take care of yourself.
What's going on here?
Ever since good King Kalen passed, refugees and soldiers have been passing through. I'm the elder here, and I've my hands full making sure refugees don't turn to petty theft, or worse. Sir Bryant at the Chantry is seeing to matters of defence and such. He'd have more of an ear for your type.
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
Well, he took that very well, didn't he? Ah, Sten. Funny thing, actually, the first time I played this game, my first ever playthrough, I never picked up Leliana. I just simply never went into the tavern in Lothering, and completely missed her.
You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse you, elf. Leave me in peace.
You're a prisoner. Who put you here?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
And I'm Darian. Pleased to meet you.
You mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now. I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
I do find myself in need of skilled help.
No doubt. What help do you seek?
I'm sworn to defend the land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
For my sins, yes.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Would the revered mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
Alright, ta-ta for now.
Farewell, then.
Eaten alive by Darkspawn. That's cruel. I wonder why the revered mother's so afraid of him.
Well, look what we have here, men. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen one?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
What makes you think we're traitors, sir?
Tern Loghain claims the Grey Wardens betrayed the king. Or haven't you heard?
Enough talk! Take the warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right, let's make this quick.
Bloody hell. Alright. Oh, I'm all out of acid flasks. Shame. Stabby, stabby.
We are victorious again.
Work well together.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
Grey Wardens didn't betray King Caelan. Loghain did, you nitwit.
I was there. The Tern pulled us out of a trap.
Tern left the king to die.
The wardens led the king to his death. The Tern could do nothing.
Take a message to Loghain for me.
What do you want to tell him?
The Grey Wardens know what really happened.
I'll tell him right away. Now, thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
I like how Morrigan has managed to avoid the ketchup splatter in every single fight so far. Unlike everyone else. Every time we get into a dialogue after a fight, she's immaculate, and everyone else is just completely covered in jam. No, I appreciate what you tried to do anyway.
I am glad you found it in your heart to offer those men mercy. Let me introduce myself. I am Leliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
And is there something you wanted from me?
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
And just what help would you be to me?
The Maker told me to join you. Surely, he would not do so without good reason.
I believe this is the part where I back away slowly.
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
It's interesting that you're not so bothered by Sten's religion, but you are bothered by Leliana's, when Sten's religion is arguably much worse. From everything you learn about it in this game, like the Kuhn or whatever it's called, you know, it's not nice, not nice at all. The Chantry, on the other hand, is sort of, you know, it's very Church of England, to be honest with you. Aside from them being a bit tough on mages, really they're just sort of, you know, like the Catholic Church, except with more gender equality. I need more than prayers, I'm afraid, yeah.
I can fight. I can do more than fight. As I said, I was not always a lay sister. I put aside that life when I came here. But now, if it is the Maker's will, I will take it up again. Gladly. Please let me help you.
Don't get me wrong, Sten is a great character, but his religion is completely fucking nuts. No, I'm not sure I need your help, sister.
But I will go, for now. It's not important that you believe what I say, only that you serve the Maker in the end. Think about it, please. That is all I ask.
I believe, even if you tell her to bugger off, she'll reappear later before we leave Lothering, so...
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the Chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Think about playing rogues that Leliana doesn't really have a place to part. Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be seeing a lot of her in this playthrough, I suspect, because we are playing as a rogue, and I don't really want to try and micromanage two rogues at the same time. Even though it might theoretically be quite good if you did, but it's a bit more than I'm willing to be bothered with. Oh, don't worry about him. I took care of that.
You did? Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
Show me what you got. Ooh. Injury kits, give them. Give me those immediately, sir. You got any backpacks? Got some very expensive war paint. How many flasks have I got in a minute? Still got 82 of them. Alright, that's fine. Don't need to top up just yet. Probably do us, honestly. Got anything I want to sell? A few random bits and bobs like this, I suppose, that I'm not using right now. I'll get back to you, mate. I think I might need to go through here and do a few weapon upgrades. Also, you injured again? No, you're not. Just got a debuff. That's being weird. Dwarven War Axe. Not as good as your longsword. Okay, good to know. That's mostly what I wanted to check on, really. Alright. Okay, yeah, you can have the rest of these.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the Chantry. I got other gear to sell.
No, Iron Bull in Inquisition, he's what do they call him? Talvashoth or something? He's, you know, he's an exile. He's basically just said, this religion is cooked absolutely crackers. I'm out of here. And who can blame him? So yeah, you can have all of these. A lot of armor we don't need as well, haven't we? Just heavy chainmail steel. I wonder if Alistair can use that. Oh, Alistair? Ah, there you go.
You're here about food. Take it up with that
Yes, dude, I know. Take it up with the bleeding run to the Chantry. There we go.
You're here about... I got other gear to sell.
Know of any well-paying work in Lothering?
Check the Chanter's board by the Chantry. There's good jobs there.
No, I already did that.
No, don't suppose you know anything about poison?
I've dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
See what I can do.
Thanks. I might have some ingredients in stock. Don't really know what you need.
A poisonous proposition.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from Redcliffe.
He talked to everyone in the tavern. How are we supposed
Oh,
to
another
know where
useless
the
mace.
Sacred
Hurrah.
Ashes is? Might as well ask us how to get to the moon.
Sten. Let's go have a word with the revered, mother, whatever her name is. Although we don't have Leliana with us right now, so this conversation's going to go interestingly.
So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there. No one else.
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
Yes? What can I do for you now?
Can you tell me about Sister Leliana?
I'm sorry, she left our order yesterday. She said something about a great destiny that would take her away. She did not want to hear that we most often serve the Maker in small kindnesses, not grand gestures. With Andraste's guidance, she is already traveling north out of the Darkspawn's reach.
Well, good to know. I want to talk about Sten, the Kunari you imprisoned.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
I want him freed. I might have a use for him.
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
Alright, I've come to return him to his people.
Well, that is convenient. I had no idea the Kunari even knew he was here. Here then, take the key to the Kunari's cage and take him away. I pray this is the right path for all our sakes.
I can't believe that actually worked. Alright then. Never tried that before. Even all these years later, I still occasionally find something new in this game. That's one of the reasons I love it. Do you have a bridge to sell it? Yeah.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Anyway.
You wish something more of me?
I have the key to open your cage.
I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it.
Neither did I. She agreed to release you into my custody.
So be it. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight.
How can you help us exactly?
I have spent my life in the Vanguard. I know war, and your lands need all the help they can get.
Alright, I'll let you out.
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
You will notice that I didn't actually ask anyone, him or the revered mother, what he actually did, and that was a conscious decision I made. Because I felt that Darian, being a bit of a... he wasn't exactly a criminal, but like I feel like he associated with some less savoury elements in his former life back in the city. And I felt like, from his perspective, he'd prefer not to know. And it would be... he would consider it probably a very stupid thing to do to actually ask someone. So what did you do then? So that's kind of why I chose there not to actually ask what it was that Sten did, and I'm curious to see whether or not the fact that I didn't ask comes up later. I guess that will do.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Marvelous. Goodbye, Chunky. It's been fun, but
yes.
Welcome aboard, Sten. Now, Sten. We need to find you some gear, don't we? Which I've unfortunately now sold because I'm a moron. Gonna have to go get it back. Chunky probably would be more useful, Django, but I don't care. That's the honest answer, mate. I don't care. You know by now that I'm not a min-maxer. This guy.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my star?
Oh, damn it. Alright. 5 sovereigns. Heavy chainmail steel. Wait, hang on a minute. He has another suit of heavy chainmail steel? Sten, what's your strength, mate? 28. Okay. Oh god, that's not what I meant to do. Accept.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my star?
Tempted to buy him that chainmail. It's super expensive. So it costs virtually all our money, but Sten is a squishy bugger. He doesn't look like it, but he is. Doing it. Ah, God, I sold the chase and flat blade as well. Could have used that. What can I get rid of? Have that mace. Surveyor. Get lost. Get lost. Get lost. These are all gifts, aren't they? Oh, except for the diamond. And that. Alright, I think we're okay now. There we go. I wasn't quite as thorough in my selling of things as I thought I was. Thorn of the Dead Gods. That's more than a little tempting, actually, I must admit, but this takes priority. Alright, Sten. Have a big sword. Have some... Oh, right, we're going to need to get you boots and gloves, aren't we? Forgot. Oh, dear. Oi, Barlin.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
Right. Viridium gloves, eh? Regular chainmail boots left to do, I'm afraid, mate. There we go. There we go. Marvellous. Let's have a look at his tic-tacs. Self any activate threat. No. No threaten for you, Sten. You are not the tank. Enemy health, mighty blow. Enemy target using melee attacks, underarms. What else has he got? Underarms. Indomitable. Mighty blow. Pommel strike. Let's see. Enemy. Attacking. Target of party member. Target of control. No. Target of main character. Usability. Pommel strike. Powerful swings. Self. No. Chunky. I'll tell you what, let's do self, status, no. Being attacked by a melee attack, usability, no, activate mode, indomitable. That'll probably do for now. Set you to aggressive as well. There we go. Right, let's go. Oh, this is the kitchen. Hello.
I'll not have any elves tracking dirt in. Out!
How dare you? I'm taking your quartz for that. Gotta pay the warden tax.
I've got a cousin in the Templars. He says the mages in the tower out on Lake Callanhard are all turning into demons.
They always say that, though.
Well, this time it's true. They're not sure what to do about it yet, he says.
What's to do? I thought you killed them.
It's said and done.
I just noticed Sten's sword was not glowy. Alright, come along, Sten. Let's go murder some bandits. Although, that will actually be next time, because we've run out of time. I've just looked at the clock. It's bloody hot in here anyway. Hot and stuffy, frankly, but there we go. We went to Lothering, we had a chat with some folks. We freed Sten. We got him some nice gear. And now I'm gonna go murder some bandits and then leave probably for Redcliffe. I'm reckoning, honestly. Did tell you it'd be a shorter stream today, but we got most of Lothering sorted, so that's nice. Yeah. So, folks, I will catch you again next week. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel. Ordinarily, we'd Alf and I would be streaming some Divinity Original Sin 2 on his channel on Tuesday, but Tuesday is going to be like 40 degrees Celsius here, so I don't know if we're going to bother with that this week. We might move it to a different day or something, I don't know yet. Anyway, there'll be updates on that posted on Discord and Twitter if it happens. Aside from that, I'll see you again next Sunday for more Dragon Age, more Medieval 2 on Saturday, and videos during the week when I get the chance to record them. When it's not too outrageously hot. Yeah, probably. I mean, we're gonna get loads of rain on Wednesday apparently, and then the temperature's gonna go shooting right back down to 24, which is, you know, normal summer temperature for here. So probably on Wednesday, and after that I'll try and get a bunch of videos recorded to make up for me not really doing much on Monday, Tuesday. Probably. So it's like 28°C in the UK, barely over room temperature. No, it's 31 here at the moment, and tomorrow it's going up to 39, possibly 40. I think some of the least conservative estimates I've seen are actually that it's going to hit 42 degrees potentially on Tuesday, which is ridiculous. Not to mention, it's actually a couple degrees warmer in here because of the computer. The office is just fucking ugh. It's horrible in here. It really is. I haven't been in here all day purely because it's just ugh. Hoisted by my own petard, I'm afraid. I thought a 3080 Ti was a great idea at the time, in the middle of winter. But it's like having a little heater on constantly in the room the entire time. It's amazing. No AC. Good grief. There's another quid in the swear box, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Every time you mention heat, some American pops up and says, "What about air conditioning?" I'd have about at least 10 or 15 quid by now, if I had a quid for every time someone says that. Which is not a lot, but it's still more than a few times. They only have DC. Lamau. What would happen if you set the power limit to like 10%? So do I, from an academic perspective, but it's not something I actually potentially want to actually try. I think the average summer temperature in the UK is 24 degrees. And tomorrow, Google is at least forecasting 39, so to put that in perspective, we're used to 24. All our infrastructure on our houses are built for 24 in the summer. So when you get a bit of a freak heat wave like this, it causes problems. It's a bit like when we get lots of snow as well. We're not really prepared for that either. We get particularly harsh winter or particularly harsh summer in this country. Everyone loses their minds because nobody's prepared for it. Stupid Gulf Stream is supposed to stop that from happening, but not so much these days apparently. But yeah, if it does hit 40, apparently it will be the hottest England has ever been on record. So there's a little Guinness Book of World Records moment for you there, potentially. The current record in England is 38.7 degrees in Cambridge in 2019. We're about to break that. Yeah, well, I mean, even if it's 39, yeah, good point, I suppose. Even if it hits 39 tomorrow, it'll still break the record, won't it? But imagine if it hits 42, that'd be something. That's like Death Valley temperature. I think Death Valley gets about 46 degrees, doesn't it, in the summer? Something like that. I wonder what the humidity's like. Let me have a look. Oh god. Oh god. No, I alt-tabbed, which means it's going to crash. Quick, save! Okay, it didn't crash this time. Phew. We've saved the game. I mean, I saved it anyway, didn't I? But never mind. Weather. Humidity at the minute is 31%. 26% tomorrow and 25% on Tuesday. So, By UK standards, that's a dry heat. Not dry enough. Yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, the summer's rubbish. I hate it, personally. Winter, you can just put more layers on. Summer, ugh, hate it. Anyway, that's it. Loads of gentlemen on YouTube, if you've been watching. I haven't forgotten about you. This will probably go up on Monday or Tuesday, actually. That'll probably be what I do content-wise Monday or Tuesday. Just put the stream VODs up from the weekend. Easy peasy. And probably write and edit a new Empire at War video, because I've already got footage for that saved up. It's Oblivion we'll have to wait a little bit longer for, because I don't have any more of that left over. I'll have to record some of that on Wednesday. Anyway, I'm going to leave you all, folks. I'm completely drenched in sweat, and I want to go and get a cool glass of water. So, ta very much, peeps. Is there anyone we can raid? By any chance? Possibly? Yeah, we're going to go raid Variax, playing some Baldur's Gate. There we go. 9, 8, 7, 6. Countdown is counting down, doing countdown things. Go say hi to V for me. And I'm going to go get a drink. Toodles, everybody.